What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome to the BigBC Finance Channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Jasmy and why I believe it's set to go parabolic in the near future. Of course, I'll be giving you my price predictions here on Jasmy for the shorter term as well as the longer term. So be sure to stay tuned for all of that. Of course, if you're looking for a place to buy and trade Jasmy, then look no further than MEX Exchange. This is the exchange that I've been using since the start of my YouTube days, and it's the one I always recommend because it's the cheapest. It has no KYC required to get started with MEX and many other reasons. So of course, if you want to support this channel and you want to get started buying your first Jasmy coin, then go to the link in the description down below. Thank you guys, and let's get started on this video. So Jasmy token at the moment, unless you've been living under a rock for the past few months, has gone on a beautiful pump here. We've seen it do extremely well in 2024. It's done almost a 20x from its all-time low there in 2023, and it's currently sitting at over a 3x in just under a month. Basically, its latest pump has come from the election results as of the start of November. And right now we're sitting at around the 5-cent mark. Of course, if we zoom out on Jasmy, is an absolutely insane picture, because have a look at that. We've basically gone out of this huge accumulation range. This has been the range for Jasmy now for basically the past 3 years. Have a look at that. This is where most of the trading activity has occurred for Jasmy, and it's really quite exciting for Jasmy holders, in my opinion, because we've literally broken out of a range where most of the price has been trading. It's almost like we're in price discovery here for Jasmy once again, because above this level here, above this kind of line that I'm just drawn on the screen, I'm going to put that a little bit lower, say around here, we're basically in price discovery, and there's not that many resistances above this level, and we've just broken above it. And of course, just looking at this chart, we've broken above what could be described as some sort of neckline here. This here is a resistance where it's been tested a couple of times, and if I draw this on there, it becomes pretty clear that this could be some sort of head and shoulders pattern, where there's the neckline at 4.5 cents level. This is the right shoulder here, and we've now just broken above. And of course, this gives us an insanely bullish price target here on Jasmy. And you guys, I don't think are going to be ready for this, but the price target from a head and shoulders pattern like this is the distance between the head and the neckline, this resistance in blue here. And if we just drag this distance to where we've seen the breakout from this neckline, the implied price target from this head and shoulders pattern is 65 cents. That's a 1,400% trade if this becomes true. Now, of course, there may be some places where we start to see resistances along the way. One of the major resistances that I'm looking out for here on Jasmy is at this level here at around the 31 cents level, because that was the previous high at the end of 2021. But honestly, I don't think there's that much in the way of resistance now here on Jasmy. It's like I said before, it's like we've entered price discovery mode because we've broken above this neckline at 4.5 cents. And there's not really that much trading activity above it. The last trading activity was at the end of 2021, and it only gives us some levels, and it only gives us some weak levels of resistance here. Like, for example, we may see a bit of resistance at the 8 cents level. We may see a little bit at the 12 cents level, but nothing like the resistances that were formed down here in 2023 on Jasmy. So that's really bullish for this coin. Of course, this is a decisive break of the neckline, in my opinion. The price shot straight above it. And if we look at it a little bit shorter term, we're seeing some healthy consolidation above the neckline there. What I'd expect to see on the shorter time frames is Jasmy start to form a range of consolidation. So over the next few days, we might see something like this, for example, where the price consolidates a little bit and maybe even tests the neckline there before it starts to continue in its upward direction. Now, of course, this is my guess, and we'll want to see the price, what happens over the next few days here on Jasmy to tell us which direction the price is going. But I'd like to see some sort of range like this to occur before we continue our next steps up. So of course, in the shorter term, I'm always looking for these patterns, particularly triangles that form, for example, tell us which way the price is going to go to next here on Jasmy. But everything is pointing upwards so far. Of course, on the 1-day chart, for example, we're well above the 200-day moving average. The MACD and the RSI are looking absolutely beautiful. For example, we've seen one of the highest RSIs on there in a very long time. But even that, compared to in the end of 2021, is nothing. So interestingly, I do believe that the price has more runway to go upwards, because if you compare it to the end of 2021, the MACD has barely moved. For example, we could see the MACD continue to climb like this, and that would not be unrealistic compared to the end of 2021 over there. And of course, what that translates to into price is something that may look like this, for example. Having a look at the RSI, we see something very, very similar. RSI, I believe, is at a very nice overbought region 76, which is extremely bullish for us. Again, it's kind of settled down a little bit from a previous high there at nearly 90. So things are looking very, very bullish here also for RSI. And finally, we're just going to have a look at what the Fibonacci levels tell us from what this pump has done. We can get some inclination as to where we might see some supports and resistances from the Fib levels regarding this recent pump that we've had. Of course, the 0.786 Fib really nicely lines up with our neckline that we've drawn there. It's 4.5 cents. Basically, if we're not able to hold this level here at 4.5 cents, then the next levels down respectively would be 3.7 cents, and then around the 3 cents region, and so on and so on, according to the Fibonacci levels. So this is a scenario where if this neckline doesn't hold, if we see something like this, a consolidation, and then a break below like this, for example, then we might see these levels kind of act as supports on the way down. So this is how I kind of use these Fibonacci levels if you are trading Jasmy. And of course, if we do break above this one level here, this kind of high from where Jasmy hit just underneath 6 cents. So if we see something like this, where the price shoots above once again, then we might see some resistances at these following Fib levels, all the way to the 1.618 Fib. 1.6818 Fibs kind of lines up quite nicely here with our resistance at 12 cents. Not a strong resistance, so I don't expect there to be too much. But yeah, basically could be a nice price target if you want to take some profits from a trade here on Jasmy. So those are kind of my thoughts on what the chart looks like here. But that being said, that's pretty much all I have to say here really on Jasmy. I think I've covered everything. Of course, if you have any ideas that you think I've missed about Jasmy, do feel free to comment them down below. Of course, if you do have any questions, again, comment them all down below. But yeah, that's pretty much everything from this video. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.